Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, we've seen a lot of bills where we've had multiple hours of debate and then a point of order is raised and then we've lost all that time and we've got bills dying all over the place. So I would just like to, on this bill, try to get the will of the House to eliminate all points of order. So my motion is that we suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider House Bill 274 on second reading today.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there objection? Mr. Eiland, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, you are recognizing Mr. Hartnett to eliminate points of order on this bill. Is that correct?
I believe that's what he said in his motion.
And you recognized him for that purpose?
Yes, I've recognized him.
And so is that going to be the way it is from now on?
That's the way it is for this motion.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Lucio, for what purpose?
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Essentially, would we be setting a precedent with this motion that from this point forward, we could eliminate all points of order using this exact procedure in perpetuity moving forward?
Mr. Lucio, the House in the past has limited debates.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
The House in the past has limited debates, specially set items, a number of other items.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to a movie over here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if moving forward, this particular motion were to succeed, any bill moving forward, someone can come up and say, I want to suspend all necessary rules to keep points of order from this bill only. So essentially, it does not keep anyone in the future, in the 83rd, 84th, 85th session, from coming up prior to laying out their bill and ask for the majority will of the House to suspend all necessary rules to keep there being a point of order called on the bill they're about to lay out.
Mr. Lucio, we take motions one motion at a time. Chair recognizes Representative Eiland to speak in opposition.
Mr. Speaker and members, you're about to make a bad day that we've had here much worse. We've been working hard this week, 7:30 Monday, and after 10 o'clock every other day of this week. We're now here at 2 o'clock before Mother's Day. People are testing, people are tired. But that does not justify breaking the rules and wiping away rules where we are supposed to have public disclosure. We're supposed to have public notice. If it's going to be our procedure to take up any bill we want to and eliminate the public notice and public disclosure, that's a bad idea and that's bad precedent. Last night, the Licensing and Administration Committee gave 2 minutes notice before meeting. Just a minute, Mr. Berman. Before meeting and voting out, I do not yield. Before voting out a gambling bill. Okay? The public notice that we are giving and the public requirements that we have should not be wiped clean on one bill or 10 bills.
Mr. Speaker, members, Mr. Speaker, I want to, under the rules of the Texas House of Representatives, Rule 7, Section 21, make a motion to move the previous question. 25 seconds.
Creighton, do you have 25 seconds?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I agree. Oh, those.
Mr. Eiland, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Are you recognizing for that motion to be made at this bill, at this time, with not a single amendment being offered by any member of the House?
I've asked for verification of his motion. Mr. Eiland,
Parliamentary inquiry.
state your inquiry.
Is that a privileged motion that must be recognized?
No, it is not.
So it's your choice to recognize him for the motion before a single amendment has been offered, before a single minute of debate has occurred on this bill.
Mr. Eiland, there would be a 3-minute pro and con debate.
On the motion.
On the motion.
I'm talking about the bill. The bill has not been laid out. There has been no debate. There have been no amendments offered, correct?
Pursuant to Rules 7, Section 23. After the previous question has been ordered, there shall be no debate upon the questions on which it has been ordered or upon the incidental questions except that the mover of the proposition or any of the pending amendments or any other motions or the member making the report from the committee or in the case of the absence of either of them, any other member designated by such absentee shall have the right to close the debate on the particular proposition or amendment. Then a vote shall be taken immediately on the amendment or other motions, if any, and then on the main question.
So once you choose to recognize him, which you don't have to, there's nothing else that can be done, correct?
It would be 3 minutes of pro and con debate.
Mr. Speaker, I make a motion to move the previous question under Rule 7, Section 21.
Members, the motion has been seconded by 25 members. Three-minute pro and con debate will be allowed on the motion. Chair recognizes Representative Eiland in opposition.
Mr. Speaker, members, just as I said a while ago, this is a bad day. It's getting much worse. I'm a member of something called the American Board of Trial Advocates, which is the what I would call the cream of the crop in trial lawyers of all types: family law, criminal law, civil law, personal injury law. You have to meet strict criteria and be invited to be a member. They are against this bill. They have issues and have amendments to make it better. Mr. Smithy has amendments to make it better. When you call the previous question, this is a Republican-supported bill. Y'all have 80 co-authors. You have 101 members of this House. You can pass this bill at any time you want to, but to eliminate debate, eliminate hearing other voices, and to eliminate opportunities to make it better, that is a grave mistake. I have to go out and work under these rules, and to know that there is no debate in the House of Representatives where we mix it up as opposed to the club in the Senate where they don't. It's very disappointing. Y'all can pass this bill and any other bill you want to at any time without resorting to this depth of elimination of public debate and suppression of the minority voice.
Chair recognizes Representative Creighton.
Mr. Speaker, members, we've been trying to debate this bill for days. We've been trying to debate this bill for hours today. We've had parliamentary procedure used as trench warfare to keep this bill from being considered. We've got over 80 authors, joint and co-authors on this bill. We will be able to consider, debate, and amendments on third reading. This is an emergency item. Everyone on this floor has measures that are to be considered that are very important following this bill that we have to get to before this session expires, and my motion stands. Thank you for your consideration, and please support this motion. Move passage.
Have all voted? Being 86 ayes, 11 nays, and 3 present not voting, the motion prevails.